Alongside K2SO, Cassian flies out of Yavin in the ending of Andor Season 2, and they're headed to the Ring of Kafrene, where Cassian meets the informant Tudyk in Rogue One. This is when Cassian corroborates the intel that Luthen died for, that the Empire is actually building a planet killer, and just who is the grand architect of that plan. Despite the Empire's setbacks in the Andor finale, Director Krennic is closer than ever to completing the Death Star. He just needs his old friend Galen Erso, the last piece of the puzzle. That said, a host of rebels stand in Krennic's way. Alongside Cassian, the reprogrammed Imperial droid K2SO accompanies Jyn Erso to Jeddah in Rogue One. Andor not only reveals how Cassian and K2SO met, but also why Cassian trusts K2SO with his life. And there are even more dangerous rebels who return in Rogue One. First appearing in the 1983 film Return of the Jedi, Andor fleshes out Senator Mon Mothma's backstory in her home planet of Chandrila, up to when she leaves the Senate to join the rebellion on Yavin in Rogue One. Alongside the actual Rebel Alliance, Rogue One also sees the return of the more colorful side of the rebellion. Andor ends with a glimpse of the moon Jedha, where Saw Gerrera sees yet another Imperial destroyer landing in the distance. In Rogue One, Jedha is where Saw is reunited with Jyn Erso, whom Saw rescued when she was a child. Saw Gerrera is also known as the leader of the Partisans, whom most other rebel factions see as extremists. Now let's swing back to the Rebel Alliance. In Andor, General Draven is the conservative foil to Cassian's shoot first ask questions later energy. While Cassian often proves Draven and Rebel High Command wrong, Draven's paranoia always provides useful insight for every high stakes mission Cassian goes on, and Draven returns in Rogue One to play the same role. Meanwhile, here's a Rogue One rebel that you may have missed in Andor. Back in Season 1, Melshi accompanied Cassian after the two escaped from Narkina 5, and later, Melshi joins the Rebel Alliance in Season 2, becoming one of the first rebels to find out about the Death Star. In Rogue One, it is Melshi who leads the team that frees Jyn Erso from the prison van, and with the ground troops accounted for, here's the rest of Rebel High Command. Benjamin Bratt plays Bail Organa in Andor Season 2, but in Rogue One and all other Star Wars media, Bail is played by Jimmy Smits, which he first plays in the 2002 prequel Attack of the Clones. Alongside Draven and Mon Mothma, Bail is a respected decision-maker in the Rebel Alliance, and was one of Mon's few allies in the Imperial Senate. The same can be said of these last two Andor and Rogue One characters. First appearing in Rogue One, both Senator Pamlo and Senator Naur Jebel are also in the last episode of Andor Season 2, and in both cases they typically represent the dissenting opinions the main characters need so High Command can make the right call. So did we miss any characters who appear in both Andor and Rogue One? Tell us in the comments and keep watching Screen Rant.